up guys, EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my Blu-ray DVD collection for 2020 and Sci-Fi Part 3. So starting off, up first we have Slaughterhouse 5 from 1972, really good film, directed by George Roy Hill. Up next we have Snowpiercer from 2014. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film by Bong Joon-ho. Chris Evans, really good. Tilda Swinton, Jamie Bell. Yeah, I really dug it. Up next we have Source Code from 2011 with Jake Gyllenhaal and Vera Farmiga, Michelle Monaghan. Not too bad. Up next we have Soylent Green from 1973, Sci-Fi Classic with Charlton Heston and Lee Taylor Young. Soylent Green is people! Up next we have Space Cowboys from 2000, yeah, Clint Eastwood film, I believe, that he stars in with Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland, and James Garner. I like that movie. Old guys in space, basically. Up next we have Mel Brooks' classic Spaceballs from 1987. Yeah, Rick Moranis' Dark Helmet is one of my favorite characters of the 80s. Bill Pullman and John Candy. Daphne Zuniga. I believe it was what's the name? Joan Ryan is the voice of the Joan Rivers. Sorry, yeah, as the voice of the C-3PO robot. Alright. Up next we have Species, Collector's Edition from 1995 with Natasha Henstridge. Yeah, I like the first Species. Good film. Up next we have Sphere from 1998. Yeah, Barry Levinson film with Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, Samuel L. Jackson. Not great from what I remember, but cool looking movie. Alright, up next we have the modern Star Trek trilogy, of course by J.J. Abrams from 2009, the first one. Chris Pine, really good. Yeah, I enjoyed the first Star Trek a lot. I'm not a huge Trekkie, so, but I did enjoy the first one. My favorite of the three is probably Star Trek Into Darkness from 2013. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was really good. I just love the action. Yeah, this is probably my favorite of the three. And then we have Star Trek Beyond from 2016. Not great, but still very enjoyable. Alright, up next we have Star Wars, of course. Yeah, normally I would have these arranged like in the episode order, but because of the way I have it displayed, I have the sometimes I put this in front. Anyway, Star Wars from 1977, fantastic, of course. Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. Just a great film. I love the first Star Wars. I know everybody loves Empire Strikes Back from 1980. The Dagobah scenes put me to sleep. Yoda and Luke, the scenes in Dagobah really put me to sleep, those scenes. And I was really fond of Return of the Jedi as a kid, of course. As a kid you love the Ewoks, but I really like the ending of Return of the Jedi, the space battle, and of course Luke and Vader's battle in front of the Emperor. All the stuff on Endor, really dig from Return of the Jedi from 1983. Alright, up next we have Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace from 1999. Of course, much maligned. Yeah, Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman. I remember seeing this opening weekend on the Saturday. When it came out, like, me and some friends were just hanging out, and they're like, you want to go see Star Wars? And I hadn't been to the movies in a long time at that time, and I started going to the movies like every weekend after this film. I remember it was like full up, and I ended up in like the front row, basically, The only benefit of that was the pod racing scene. I remember being like really sort of blown away by the sound of the pod racing scene. So I like that scene in this film. Duel of the Fates, of course, is fantastic. Darth Maul is a great character. Of course, the kid is annoying as Annie. But yeah, and Jar Jar Binks just awful. But Phantom Menace is okay. I can stomach parts of that film for the most part. So up next we have Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones from 2002. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this film, to be honest. I like the scenes with Yoda in this. Hayden Christensen as Anakin. Whatever. Christopher Lee as Count Dooku. Probably the highlight. And I like the battle on Geonosis in that film. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith from 2005. Yeah, I liked a lot of this film, especially the end fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin, of course. Yeah, that's probably the best of the 3 prequel trilogy. Alright, up next we have Star Wars The Force Awakens from 2015. I loved this film. Yeah, I loved Daisy Ridley as Rey, and Oscar Isaac as Poe, John Boyega, fantastic as Finn. I loved all the new characters. BB-8, great. Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. Harrison Ford, fantastic. Returning as Han. Of course, Carrie Fisher. Force Awakens is my favorite of the new trilogy. Up next we have The Last Jedi from 2017. On initial viewing, I did not love it, but I watched it again prior to seeing Rise of Skywalker, and I came around a little bit on sort of the departures that Rian Johnson took. One big problem with this film is they did not kill Leia when they should have, and her lingering, I think, is what really killed the last 2 films. Well, at least that was part of the problem, in my opinion. Not dealing with Carrie Fisher's death and Leia at the appropriate time really hamstrung everybody involved. That's all I'll say about it. Alright, up next we have Rogue One. Yeah, Star Wars story from 2016. I really like this film. Felicity Jones I thought was fantastic. I loved her story, and especially the stuff with her dad, played by Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah, great battle scenes on that planet that they're trying to do the whatever, like the beach stuff with the AT-AT walkers, all that good stuff, and the ending with Vader is just awesome. So I do like a lot of parts of Rogue One. And then we have Solo, a Star Wars story from 2018. Again, I liked a lot of this film with Alden Ehrenreich, Woody Harrelson, Emilia Clarke, Donald Glover as Lando, Paul Bettany I liked a lot. Yeah, I liked a lot of this film. I've only seen it the one time. I haven't revisited that film yet. Alright, moving on. Up next we have Stargate from 1994 with Kurt Russell and James Spader, Ultimate Edition. Pretty decent, but not great. Up next we have Starship Troopers from 1997, Special Edition. Yeah, cool film. Casper Van Dien, Dina Meyer. I dug her. I remember her in this film. Denise Richards. Lots of cool battle scenes. People's limbs getting ripped off left and right by those alien bugs. Up next we have Strange Days from 1995. Yeah, really great film with Ray Fiennes and Angela Bassett, Juliette Lewis. Trying to remember who directed this. I think it's I don't want to say who I thought it was. Yeah, it is Catherine Bigelow. Yeah, that's a good film, that. Up next we have Sunshine from 2007. I really enjoyed this film. Directed by Danny Boyle. Really good cast. I like these sort of space exploration, stuff goes wrong type sci-fi thrillers, especially. kind of like Event Horizon and films like that. I really dug Sunshine. Up next, we have Super 8 from 2011. Yeah, directed by J.J. Abrams. I really enjoyed it. With, what's her name? Is it Elle Fanning in this one? I always get the Fanning sisters mixed up. Really cool. Remind me a lot of E.T. For obvious reasons. Yeah, I really like Super 8. Alright, up next we have Surrogates from 2009 with Bruce Willis. Not too bad from what I remember. Good sort of action sci-fi thriller. Up next we have Tarantula, Vault series from 1955. One of these giant bug films from the 50s. Okay, up next we have the Terminator franchise, special edition of the first one, of course, in 1984. Arnold, fantastic. Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn. Yeah, I love the first one. Of course, T2, Judgment Day from 1991. Again, fantastic. I even like Edward Furlong in this film. Groundbreaking special effects. Fantastic action, great music. Just epic, and Linda Hamilton kicks so much ass in that film. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines from 2003. I enjoy quite a bit of this film. 2-disc widescreen edition. Kristanna Loken as the female Terminator. Yeah, I like a lot of this movie. That chase sequence with the fire engine trucks and ambulances and the big truck that Arnold's driving is fantastic. And I love the fact that they go through with the whole Judgment Day aspect of in that film. Alright, up next we have Terminator Salvation from 2009 with Christian Bale and Sam Worthington. There's two scenes involving music cues that I really love in this scene. One involves Guns N' Roses with a callback to Terminator 2, I believe, and the other one is something else, but there's two great music parts. I've only seen it the one time, and that's all I remember about that film. Not great, but it was better than the recent one, Terminator Genesis, when this come out now, 2016. This is my least favorite of the whole franchise. And at this point, the whole timeline and Judgment Day is all screwed up, so I have no idea what the hell's going on anymore. Alright, up next we have Them from 1954, another great giant bug film from the 1950s. Up next we have John Carpenter's They Live from 1988 with Rowdy Roddy Piper. Fantastic, of course. Keith David. Just a fantastic movie. I remember seeing this in college. It was a movies about television, because I did radio, TV, film was my major, and I took a class on movies about television, and one of them was They Live that we watched. Up next, another John Carpenter classic, The Thing, collector's edition from 1982, one of his best films. Fantastic movie. Set in Antarctica, of course, and basically this is the original. That remake is based on The Thing from Another World from 1951, starring James Arness, produced by Howard Hawks. Right, guys, moving on. Up next we have The 13th Floor from 1999, I believe, special edition with Craig Bierko and Gretchen Mol, Vincent D'Onofrio. Not bad. I think Existenz came out the same year, and they were very similar movies. I like The 13th Floor more. Up next we have The Time Machine, of course based on the H.G. Wells classic. This is George Pal from 1960. And I also got the remake, if I can get this back in. Yeah, with Guy Pearce from 2002. Not great, but still pretty enjoyable. Alright, up next we have Time Cop from 1994 with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Mia Sara, I believe, is in this as well. Yeah, really good. I like this film a lot. One of my favorite Van Damme films in the 90s. Alright, up next we have Shit. And it went flying. Tomorrowland from 2015. I really enjoyed this film with George Clooney. It was actually one of my favorites of that year. It really did not do well. And I don't know why. I thought it was wonderful. I thought the two female leads in it were really good. I thought it looked great. I really enjoyed Tomorrowland. Let me go retrieve Total Recall. Ugh. Okay. Sorry about that. Total Recall from 1990. Fantastic film. Special limited edition. One of my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger films. Just a great film. Sharon Stone kicking his ass at the beginning of that movie. Just fantastic. Up next, God. We have the remake Total Recall from 2012 with Colin Farrell and Kate Beckinsale. Jessica Biel. Good action, good looking movie. Wasn't great, but still pretty enjoyable. Let's fix this mess here. This is going to be a problem, I can tell, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. Let's just do this gently. So up next we have Transcendence from 2014 with Johnny Depp. Morgan Freeman. Not great, but I like the ideas and the concepts in this film. So yeah, pretty decent. Alright, up next we have the Transformers franchise. The first one from 2007, 2-disc special edition with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox, Stanley Tucci. I like the first one a lot. And then I have all the sequels. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, 2-disc special edition from 2009. I thought this was a mess. Probably my least favorite of all the sequels, to be honest. Then we have Transformers Dark of the Moon from 2011. I really enjoyed the opening and the ending of this film. The stuff with like the moon is the stuff I really enjoyed. The middle of the film is kind of an overblown mess, but still enjoyable. Then we have Age of Extinction from 2014. I really don't remember much about this, to be honest, but I didn't love it. And I also didn't love The Last Night from 2017. They're all fine, and the action's cool, and like the Autobots changing and shit. It's all good fun. I wasn't a huge Transformers kid, but I do enjoy some aspects of the movies. But the one film I did enjoy the most, next to the first one and probably the third one, is Bumblebee from 2018. Really enjoyable, really charming. Haley Steinfeld is wonderful. Yeah, I really like this film a lot. It kind of reminds me of the first Transformers. Just a really sweet film. And one of my favorites of the franchise. Right, guys, moving on. Up next we have Tremors from 1990. Yeah, fantastic fun with Kevin Bacon Collector's Edition. I haven't really seen any of the sequels. I know there's like at least 2 or 3. Have really no interest in checking those out. Up next we have Tron 20th Anniversary Collector's Edition from 1982. Yeah, just a sci-fi 80s classic. That I remember well from my childhood. And I also got the sequel, Tron Legacy, from 2010. Good visuals, really great soundtrack by Daft Punk. Yeah, pretty decent, but not as good as the original. I believe they're doing another Tron, I heard recently. Up next we have Ultraviolet, unrated extended cut. From 2006 with Mila Jovovich. Yeah, like I said, with Aeon Flux and Ghost in the Shell. Just all these films are pretty similar. But I love Mila kicking ass, and that's pretty much more of the same. Up next we have Under the Skin from 2014. Fantastic movie with Scarlett Johansson. Really sort of weird and creepy, but really cool film. I liked it a lot. Alright, up next we have V for Vendetta 2-disc special edition from 2005. Fantastic movie, of course, with Natalie Portman and Hugo Weaving. Yeah, I really enjoy that film a lot. Up next, we have Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets from 2017 with Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne. It was okay. Like a lot of these sort of recent sci-fi teen lead space movies, there's been quite a few. It wasn't great, but I enjoyed parts of that film from what I remember. Up next, we have Cameron Crowe's Vanilla Sky from 2001. Fantastic film, of course, with Tom Cruise, Penelope Cruz, and Cameron Diaz. I really loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Up next, we have The War of the Worlds from 1953. Another one of these based on the H.G. Wells classic special collector's edition. Of course, I also picked this up recently on Criterion Collection. So that's one of my favorite 50s sci-fi films. And of course, I've also got Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds from 2005. 2-disc limited edition with Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning. I enjoy lots of this movie. I really like the beginning when like the chaos starts, and yeah, there's lots of this film that I do like. Alright, up next we have Waterworld 2-disc extended edition. Yeah, Kevin Costner and Dennis Hopper, absolute classic. It was on TV recently. I found myself watching a lot of it and thinking, yep, there's a reason why this bombed, but it sort of has a cult following, I believe, these days. And last but not least, we have the original Westworld Sci-Fi Classic from 1973 with Yul Brynner. I tried watching the new Westworld, the HBO Westworld, and I watched like the first couple of episodes. I just couldn't get into it. I found it too slow for some reason. If you watch Westworld and it's good, let me know, because I do have access to it. I should give it another try if it's good. I still haven't gone through Watchmen on HBO either. I started watching that and only got a couple of episodes in. But anyway, that is Sci-Fi Part 3. Up next will be silent films, which will be short and just one video. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.